Alright, welcome back. Let's talk about selection refinement. Okay, so we've all used the marquee tools already, right? You can use it to fill areas, but mostly the marquee tool is used for transforming. Okay, so transformation, you can manipulate objects. Okay, so that's what it's mainly used for. We've also looked at lasso. Okay, lasso tool. We can move things around. And you've also hopefully used the polygonal lasso, which you can also transform. Okay. Now, how are we going to precisely cut this model out from our yellow background? Well, you can just use the polygonal lasso tool or the lasso tool or even the magnetic lasso tool, which will kind of do the work for you. It's not that precise, but then what will you do when you get to the hair? Okay, that's not working, right? So we're going to take a look at a tool which will help you make really precise selections so that you can import it into a different image, overlay it. You can transform it, work with it in any way. Okay. So in order to do that, we have to get to select and mask. Okay, so select and mask can be, you can select it in any of these tools. Okay, any of these selection tools, you'll see this button. Okay, so let's get into select and mask mode. So just click on it, and as you can see, our subject is now a little bit transparent. Okay, you can set your transparency here. Okay, 100% transparency. Okay, you gotta see some of it, right? If you do like 0%, you're not gonna see the background at all. So maybe like 25%, which is I think is default. Okay, so 25% is good. Also, you can change the view. You can change the view to, currently it's onion skin. Okay, you can turn it into an overlay. You can turn it to on black, on white, black and white, on layers. So right now we haven't selected anything. So let's go ahead and select and take a look at these views. So let's click on this quick selection tool. Okay, maybe set our size to like something reasonable. Okay, and then let's start making our selection. Okay, try to be as precise as possible. And as you can see, it kind of picked up these yellow areas, right, the background. So you can press Alt to subtract from our selection, and if you click, it goes away. Or you can just click up here, okay, subtract from selection, and just click. Okay, or yeah, press Alt to do that. Press and hold Alt. Okay, so this is our initial selection. It's not precise by any means. Okay, so in onion skin mode, we can set our transparency to see how much is going to be cut out. Okay, so currently a whole lot of her hair is not selected. Okay, we're missing all of this. We're missing all the details. Her earrings are not selected either. Okay, let's go to marching ants. So this is the marching ants view mode. Okay, just like our selection tool, overlay, and then on black, on white, and then black and white. So this is black and white is the most useful in this case because we're working with hair, and it's we can easily tell which areas are selected and not selected. Okay, so let's start refining our edges. Okay. All right. So in order to do that, we'll click on this icon, Refine Edge Brush Tool. Okay. And then we'll select our brush size. Okay, I think something like this would be good. If you zoom in, okay, it's a decent size. Okay. Okay, so let's set our transparency so that we can see it. And then let's start clicking. And then dragging our cursor so that Photoshop can do the work for us. Okay, so I'm just clicking and dragging, and it is magically selecting the hair for us, right? Okay, so we're gonna do that for all of these. And as you can see, our yellow background is also going away. Okay, so let's do that for her entire head. Okay, all of this, all of this. There's a little bit of yellow here, so let's take that yellow away. And same here. Okay, let's select more of this. I think we're missing a bit of hair over here too. Okay, and then we're gonna pick up all of this. Right, and then her earring. Right, and then there's a lot of yellow here, so we're gonna take that away. And we're gonna do her hair all the way down to where her shoulders are. Okay, and then refine this area as well. Okay. Then maybe just a little bit over here. Okay. Alright, otherwise, it's pretty good. Oh, missed an area here. Okay, so let's do all of this. Alright, and let's check our progress. Okay, so let's go into black and white mode, which is K. Keyboard shortcut is K, and as you can see, we selected most strands of hair. Okay, I think we're missing a little bit of, there's this black area, which means it's not selected, so let's go ahead and fix that. Is it fixed? Okay. Let's go into onion skin and then 100% transparency. Okay, we're gonna fix this area up a little bit. Okay. All right, so this area is kind of looking kind of rough, right? So I'm gonna go back to quick selection tool and then add it to my selection. Okay, same with the earring. Let's go back to let's lower the transparency. The earring's not selected, right? It's like missing. It's missing a whole chunk, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just select, okay, and then do this part again. Okay, so deselect these. Oh, maybe I should make the brush smaller. Okay, let's make the brush smaller. Okay, and then deselect some yellow areas. All right, and then let's select edge refine. Okay, and then we can go back to it. Okay, like so. And I think we have to make the brush a little bit smaller right here for some detail work. Okay. All right. Let's go into black and white. All right, it looks pretty good. Okay. So that's gonna be our selection. Okay. So from here you can also do smart radius and play with some settings. Okay, edge detection. Let's go into black and white. Okay. You can mess with the selection after the fact. Okay, so let's zoom in a little. Global refinements. You can smooth your edges a little bit. You can also feather. Okay, see how it's getting smoother, getting a little bit blurry. It makes your selection blurry. Okay, let's keep it sharp for now because we're dealing with hair. Also contrast, okay, increasing contrast between your selection. Then you can also shift the edge outwards a little bit. Okay, we're just gonna keep it at 0%. Okay, so these are all calibration settings for more precise selections. Okay. I'm gonna zoom out, double check, and then when I'm done, when I'm happy with my selection, I'm gonna just press OK. And then, yeah, this is our selection. Okay, so at this point, what do? We can apply the mask. Okay, so you can right click and then apply layer mask, and then it'll apply it to the image itself, and it'll just delete all the yellow areas, and just we're left with our selection. Or let's go back, Control Z. You can copy just the mask, this mask, and then paste it into a different document, or you can just continue working with this, copy and paste it into a different document. Or what you can do is you can also import a background for her, a different image, and then we can't see the yellow background, so we can actually replace the background in this state. But for now, I think what I'm gonna do is I will just right click and then apply layer mask, and that will apply that mask to the image. So now we're just left with our subject, okay, as you can see in this thumbnail. Okay, so let's go ahead and press Control A to select the whole document, okay, and then Control C to copy it to our clipboard. And then let's try pasting it into a different file. Okay, so for example, something like this. Okay, and then let's paste it, Control V, and then yeah. So I mean, it's a little crude right now, but you get the idea. So we removed her background and we just selected her, including every strands of hair, and then we pasted her into another file. Okay, so this is how you superimpose something, a subject, into a different photo. Okay, just press enter to apply. You can see that there's a bit of yellow remaining. That's because, well, the background is yellow itself, but we also, to fix this problem, we can also use calibration tools like that we looked at, like feather and radius and even contrast, to further bring down this yellow area. And also we can play with tools that can get rid of chroma key, which is basically tools that people use to get rid of green screen reflections, except in this case it's going to be a yellow screen reflection, right? So we can use tools to get rid of this yellow like haze around the subject. We'll take a look at those later, but for now, stick with the select and mask option and try playing around with it. I will include this photo and you'll open it in Photoshop and try it on your own. Okay, so let's do that, and I'll see you in the next lesson.